The NBA is back, boys and girls. Who will win the NBA's MVP Rookie of the Year? Who will be the Mavericks starting five? We've got a whole bunch of questions in our NBA season and Mavericks preview today on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs podcast, powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray here alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our Mavericks analyst Bobby Curl. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, just 2 days away from the Mavericks taking the floor against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Who will win the NBA's MVP, Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Most Improved Player? Who the hell is going to be the Mavericks starting five on Wednesday? We got a lot of questions that we're going to answer today on our season preview show here. Thank you to all of you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Ron, on what my daughter called today, this magical Monday. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I went to the state fair, lost basically my whole paycheck. That's how expensive the state fair
wow.
is.
Okay. Wow.
2 days,
Not outing how much we pay you.
No. But state fair, very, very expensive. But it was very fun. So I'm glad I went with my girlfriend.
Is it?
It's GM Ben's birthday today.
I thought that was last week.
And apparently we weren't invited to sing happy birthday to him.
guess we're
Just
not.
They
Yeah,
waited
yeah.
literally
They're
until we started.
They're singing happy
until-
birthday
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
That's what
Wow.
They're actually nuking us because if the Mikes picked that song up,
That'd be
I'm
bad.
going to get a letter.
I could have sworn it was last week. Maybe his birthday or whatever.
Maybe he's just celebrating it today.
Yeah.
Well, his
I
birthday
don't
was
know.
last year.
oh, wow. Okay. Corella, what's up, man? How are we on this magical Monday?
I'm good. I'm feeling really good. It's basketball week. It's an exciting time. Cowboys won yesterday. The Stars
That's right.
Yes.
the
Yes.
Stars have won a couple times this year, and then they decided no more of that, please. But we're sports are sportsing, man. Let's go.
Cowboys did get a big one yesterday, so Ron and I are in a much better mood starting off our Monday here. If you missed our DLLS Cowboys show, entertaining show today as the Cowboys win and beat up on the Washington Commanders. We're hoping that the Mavericks will beat up on the Spurs on Wednesday. But who was going to be their starting five? Who are going to be the first 10 for the Mavericks that you're going to see on Wednesday night? Our pregame show here will begin at 7:45 p.m. Wednesday night. That's right. We are back to basketball, boys and girls.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Our pregame show will begin
Let's
at
go.
I'll be in the building.
7:45. What's it again?
So I'll be in the building.
That's right. Ron will be in the building. Our National NBA insider Mark Stein will be in the building as well.
Kevin, what time will the game start, you think?
The game will probably start around 8:45.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out.
It's an
Local
8:30 tip off.
It is an
Yes.
8:30 tip off.
Yeah.
I literally just said the
Take back
pregame show starts
Everything
at
I
7:45.
just said. This sucks.
Lock in, Corell. I literally said the pregame show starts at 7:45.
He
So
did.
you
I
know
don't want
that.
to
He
talk
did
about
say
it
that.
anymore, man.
Like, come on, man.
Oh my God.
So yes, basketball is officially back, and Tanner knows what my one of my pet peeves when it comes to NBA. That when the game says it's going to start at 8:30, for example, that probably means it's not starting until about 8:45, 8:50. So I wish an NBA game would just start on time because we would love for us to be able to have a game that starts on time. That's right, Mavs versus Spurs, first game, fire, popcorn, all the emojis in the chat. So the Mavericks are at practice today. They're practicing today. We will be off tomorrow as far as the show is concerned, but the Mavericks are back on the practice floor today. They were off yesterday. They practiced on Saturday. Had a chance to attend practice on Saturday afternoon and talk to Jason Kidd for a little bit as we are starting to try to figure out who is actually going to be the starting five. We saw in Summer League Cooper Flagg at the PG position for a couple of games. We saw it in 2 preseason games to end the preseason against the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers in Las Vegas, where we were just last week. So I asked Kidd, I was like, hey, I know you're not going to give away any starting fives or anything of that nature, but are you guys comfortable with the idea of Cooper Flagg being the point guard right now? And Kidd was like, yeah, we are comfortable with Cooper Flagg being the point guard. And we'll see what happens on opening night. So, gentlemen, my deductive reasoning started to click a little bit. I was like, no, hold on. Does that mean, Ron, that Cooper Flagg on opening night is actually going to be starting point guard for the Dallas Mavericks?
I still think it's going to be D'Angelo Russell, but I'm going to be honest, that almost feels like pure vibes at this point because all the reporting that we've got from our great Kevin Gray and Mark Stein don't seem to be pointing that way. Again, Jason Kidd is known to do this. He will not name a starter essentially till like minutes before. Even that sometimes will even push you on that. So we really won't know until, sadly, probably about 8:45. I do think D'Lo will be out there just to start the season. If they do start with Flagg, though, they're going pretty bold, putting a lot on the rookie, but number one pick, maybe he can handle it.
J-Kidd usually, I think some coaches just throw out the 5 best players, whatever. J-Kidd over the years seems to like almost like make points with the opening night lineup.
He does.
Like Derek Jones started
bits.
on 23-24 opening night, and that was a huge stunner to every Mavs fan.
Had no idea.
But then by the end of the season, we were like, I would die for Derek Jones. I love that guy so much.
Hustle so hard.
That's right.
Yeah, and so, you know, I think that J-Kidd is usually kind of thinking ahead with some of this stuff. Sometimes I'm just going to do whatever I feel like in the moment. The one thing that we do know, though, over the last 2 years, the Mavs have played the lowest percentage of minutes of any NBA team with all 5 starters on the floor. So last season, 24-25, they played just 19.4% of their minutes with all 5 starters. The season before, only 20.1% of possible minutes with all 5 starters. So J-Kidd really wants to get into the bench early. So I think no matter who starts, there will be subs 3 or 4 minutes into the game, probably multiple. But starting Coop at the 1 is a pretty big vote of confidence. That's how I would view it, at least coming from a coach who was a Hall of Fame point guard. Like that signals a lot of belief and trust and confidence in that guy.
The idea of running the 18-year-old out there to run your offense in a lineup that would most likely feature, if we were to believe what happened in the preseason, Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively the second as your starting 5. Number one, big lineup. Obviously, defensively, they feel really good about it. The questions will start to come as far as the offense are concerned. How easy can they generate offense for themselves? Cooper Flagg being a little bit of a playmaker as well, not only for himself but other guys, what that looks like from a spacing standpoint. So I guess the more interesting question is, who are the second 5 then? If we were to believe, let's say for conversation's sake, that it is Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively as your starting 5, who are the next 5 for you coming off the bench to be able to give you some bench production? Bobby Carell.
Assuming Gaff is healthy, obviously, he's going to be in there for sure.
Which kids said on Saturday as well, that don't rule it out that Gafford could be ready for the game on Wednesday. Of course, he's working back from that ankle injury. So we'll see if Gafford will be available on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, so if Gaff is in, now if he's out, then they're not playing 10 guys. But if Gaff is in, he'll get in. Obviously, Najee, D'Lo. Beyond that, I really don't know. I mean, if Coop is your starting 1, like you're probably never going to play D'Lo and Brandon Williams at the same time.
I was thinking that.
Or like any combination of D'Lo, Brandon Williams, and Ryan Nembhard all at the same time. So D'Lo for sure, Najee for sure, Gaff for sure, maybe Max Christie. Beyond that, dude, like I just don't know.
Does Caleb Martin, Ryan Nembhard factor into your top 10?
Caleb Big Fat 0 preseason minutes.
Okay.
Dante Exum, obviously,
We'll see.
Same thing. So I don't know. I that's 8 guys for sure, and then maybe Max Christie, maybe Brandon Williams. But that's why starting Coop at the 1 is just so weird to me. It's like now all of your bench players are either centers or point guards.
Yeah, I would agree with Bobby. That's kind of why I don't like Cooper, at least starting the season while healthy. Now, again, when injuries happen, as they will for every single NBA team, I can see changing the lineup to go with something like that. But while you're healthy, you kind of almost have to play Cooper at small forward. It's like they kind of have to play AD at power forward, because if you play AD at the 5, it's like, okay, now we have Lively and Gafford on the bench. You're not going to be able to give the minutes that they both deserve. So it's all, sadly, it almost kind of feels like you have to play D'Lo, even if Kid doesn't feel like he's quote unquote earned those, those starting minutes. But as Bobby's already discussed, he will go deep into the bench. He will go deep into the bench early. Now, how deep? Caleb Martin, as we were talking about earlier, I don't think we'll see Caleb Martin. Could he be a floor spacing wing off the bench and for 10 minutes? He maybe could do that, but we haven't really seen any evidence of him doing it since he's been in Dallas.
So if that's the case, then we've got a starting 5. You feel good about a top 8. Then that leaves some flexibility. We see some in the chat right now. RKing241 says that D'Lo, Clay, Flagg, AD, and D Live need to be your starting lineup. He also says that Brandon Williams, Max, Christie, PJ, Najee, and Gafford, if healthy, are his next 5.
Yes, that's a good starting lineup. That's a good starting lineup for most teams.
Which
And
one?
bench.
That second five,
the second unit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that second unit would make the playoffs in the East.
I mean, that was the Washington Wizards starting lineup for basically a decade. I mean, something around
those
that.
guys would destroy the Wizards.
Like that team might be able to win your game 2, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
I think that's what's interesting about this team is that whomever that second 5 is, you feel like that they'll destroy the other team's second unit.
Yeah.
Like between a Najee, a Gafford, a PJ Washington, if he were to come off the bench, obviously in this scenario that we're discussing here, PJ would be in your starting lineup. But the interchangeable pieces that you have, you feel good about the Mavericks second unit versus any second unit pretty much around the league.
Now, I think based on what we saw in preseason, granted 4 games and it's preseason and yada, 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 I would say it seems at least like Mavs fans are more nervous about the starting 5 than they are about the backups. Like,
I would agree with that.
I think we all kind of agree. Even, I'm a lot colder on the Mavs than I think many other media folks and even some fans. But Mavs bench is probably the best in the NBA, or certainly on the very short list. I think their starting 5, if it's Coop out there with Clay and AD, like all of a sudden it's really pretty slow. Yeah. Not a lot of creation, not a lot of shooting, not a lot of point of attack defense. There's a lot of weaknesses with that group, or at least perceived weaknesses, where until we see them string together many, many good games in a row, I think a lot of people will kind of be skeptical about it.
And maybe those lineups can be flexible based off of your matchup, because we know San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama obviously going to be man in the middle, playing power forward as well. Guys like Stephon Castle and others going to be as part of that lineup. So I'm interested to see on a game-to-game basis how Kidd adjusts his lineups based on the matchups that he's going to be having, because San Antonio themselves present a pretty decent front court, obviously, with Victor Wembanyama being in that starting lineup.
Sign Luke Cornett. Like the team, the Spurs should have some length on the court for sure.
They playing Wemby at the 5? Are they going to start?
I think he's supposed to start at the 5.
Okay.
But I think they'll do some Luke Cornett, Wemby minutes. Jeremy Sohan maybe starts at the
Cornett's
4.
a pretty good player. Big upgrade over Zach Collins from the
Sohan is actually not even going to be available for game 1.
Okay, so he's
neither is Fox, right? Or
Yeah,
Fox
De'Aaron Fox is not going to play either.
So I mean, they could go like extremely small.
They
like
could.
they play Barnes at the 4 with like, are they going to start Castle, Harper, and Devin Vassell? Like that's a really, really tiny group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, D-Live versus Wemby is always must-see TV.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see Flagg versus Harper. I mean, again, I keep saying that because I think it's the most under-talked storyline. It's number 1 versus number 2 pick in the same draft. Like, that is just not on any headlines, which I find it to be very interesting because the Mavs could have possibly taken Harper and the Spurs had a chance. Maybe they could, if they, a ball falls a different way, they could have had Flagg. So just to see kind of both of those guys go against each other, I think is very interesting early in the season.
Yeah, I do agree. For some reason, the number 1 versus number 2 portion of this conversation leading into the game really hasn't been all that much of a big one. But obviously, because in a lot of ways, there's a towering 7'5" individual for San Antonio. That's
pretty good.
7'7" now, I believe.
Oh,
right?
It hasn't been updated to 7'7".
No, he's actually
Right?
grown up.
7'10".
He's 7'10".
7'10" now. Got
It's
it.
7'10".
Okay.
7'10".
Maybe
Okay.
8 foot, I think.
8 foot.
Last
The first
I
8
saw.
foot basketball
Don't be
player.
ridiculous.
So again, a lot of storylines going into that game on Wednesday. The starting 5, who will be the first 5 off the bench, we'll continue to learn as we get closer to game time. But I have a funny feeling that the number 1 pick who wears number 32 could be your starting PG on Wednesday night, which is going to be very, very interesting to watch for this Mavericks team. But again, our pregame will start at 7:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. So be there, Bobby, 7:45, okay?
I'm not going to be there.
Please.
I'm showing up at 5:30 for pregame.
Oh, you're going to be there that early? Got it. Okay, well, we'll see you then.
I'm just going to pre-record all my parts, and then I'll join you for postgame.
It does for postgame. Got it. Let's take our first break here on our show today. When we come back, we got to get into award season. But before that, our guy Ron's got some predictions when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks and some scenarios that we'll get into coming up next. But the weather is beautiful outside. That means it's 5K season here in the DFW. And there's no better way to join the fun than at the official Texas Rangers 5K presented by Medical City Healthcare, set for November 9th at Globe Life Field. This race is something that you won't find anywhere else, with a course that offers scenic views of Arlington's entertainment district and ends with an unforgettable finish directly on the field at the home of your Texas Rangers. The fun doesn't end there. All participants are invited to a Texas-sized post-race party in the outfield featuring yard games, a live DJ, appearances by Rangers captain, and much more. Whether you're a veteran marathoner, a regular at your local run club, or a newbie, this Texas Rangers 5K is the perfect event for runners of all levels, with traditional 5K runs and fun run options available as well. So 5K participants receive a ticket voucher at a 2026 Texas Rangers home game upon registration. All participants will receive a commemorative Texas Rangers 5K t-shirt. So make sure that you check out registration that closes on November 2nd. To run over to globelifefield.com/Rangers5K to secure your spot today. That's globelifefield.com/Rangers5K today.
Look how shiny this bottle is.
It's very shiny.
Very
Look how
shiny.
it is glowing.
It looks
it's
good in the
practically
light.
glowing, and it makes me feel like I'm glowing too whenever I'm enjoying a nice and smooth Michelob Ultra, the delicious taste of victory, and sometimes even to wash away the sour taste of a defeat. It deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. Just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It is a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. It's not going to make you feel bloated and gross the next day. No, it's going to make you feel great. It's going to make you feel like a winner. All right?
I like feeling like I'm winning.
And you can celebrate responsibly like a winner no matter what you're playing for. Make it superior. Again, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. The official beer sponsor of the NBA and of the DLLS Mavs podcast. It's Michelob Ultra.
Appreciate all of you joining us here on our show today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports. Join the over 33,700 subscribers here as we move that much closer to 34K here at DLLS Sports. You can find our podcast wherever you get your podcast for free. Just search DLLS Mavs, give it a 5-star rating, and write a review for it while you're there. And after you do all of that, you got to check out alldlls.com. Our guy Ron's got a brand new piece up today as we are just 2 days away from the Mavericks taking on the San Antonio Spurs, which means it's time for predictions. It's time for best case, worst case scenario when it comes to your team and all kinds of questions that have to be answered about your Mavericks going into this year. And Ron's got a couple for us that he's going to help us out with today, because this season could go a lot of different ways, my guys. So where could things go for the Mavericks this year?
Yeah, so the piece discussed essentially each category of wins from under 40 to over 55. Now, some of those are on the extremes. I thought it'd be cool to start in the middle with two different wins categories. So, fellas, today we are starting with our 41 to 44 wins category. So, kind of what would have to happen for them to kind of fall between that number? I feel like that's kind of the number I see a lot of people predict the Mavs to fall between, a lot of different outlets. I think for that to happen, essentially, you'll probably have to have an injury to Max Christie, Klay Thompson, or D'Angelo Russell, just because a lot of your shooting kind of goes out the window when one of those three guys goes down. And if multiple of those guys goes down, then clearly, if Klay and Max Christie will go down, you lose, your shooting guard, your wing shooter on the squad. And if D'Lo goes down, you lose some shooting and a little bit of playmaking. So I think if they fall between that range, more than likely something like that will happen. Of course, there's bigger doomsday scenarios, but you'll have to read the article to find out. Now, fellas, for the 41 to 44 wins category, what do you think kind of has to happen for them to fall in that range?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you got it.
Well, I don't want to start with the Debbie Downer thing. I feel like 41 to 44 would be pretty good for them.
Shout out to our folks at the Westgate. Had the Mavericks in that.
Right at 40.5,
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
right.
was
Yeah.
their
Over-under.
over-under.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think 44 would be really good. Unless so I guess the way that they get there is 80 is pretty healthy. I think 80 has to play enough games to qualify for awards this year.
Mm-hmm.
It says 65 games. I think if you get 65 games out of 80, that's a lot of games for him. That means he's only missing 17. Hopefully some of those games that he would miss, Kyrie would be available for. I think they're going to have a hard time winning without either of them, or when both of them are missing. But they can win without one of them. If you're winning 44, it means Kyrie comes back in February or even sooner, and it's pretty good. But if I have a hard time picturing a scenario where Kyrie comes back, let's say on March 5th, and they still win 44. But in the West this year, 44 should get you into the play-in, and it might even get you Probably won't, but it could get you top 7 or top. It's not going to get you top 6, but it could get you either 7th or 8th to where all you have to do is win one to get in the playoffs and not have to win back-to-back like they would have had to do last year. So I think 41-44 is actually a pretty good outcome for them.
Getting to 41-44 wins to me. Okay, so you look at the last 18, 19 games of their season, they're going to be on the road a lot. They're going to be on the road a lot. Which is tough to end the last, half of March and into April, the last 6-7 weeks that you're going to be on the road. So if they get to 41-44 wins, that means I think they had a pretty good end to their season. If you could find a way to finish 4 or 5 games above 500 in that whatever 16 to 18 game stretch on the road to end of your season, you can get there, because that means Kyrie Irving's coming back. Who knows how many back-to-backs he's going to play, once he does come back. Because the early portion of their schedule, they got 5 games to start off at home. You've got some difficult games toward late November. You got the Lakers, you got the Clippers, you got the Nuggets. Like, you got a tough stretch, in late November as well. But then as we get to the end of the regular season, you're going to spend a lot of time away from the AAC. If they just finish 4 or 5 games above 500, I can see how they get the AD stay relatively healthy. You can get there, but you got to make up some ground, especially at the end of the year.
And optimistically, I think that also means if they're finishing above 500, especially if Kyrie, let's say, misses 40 or 50 games, their defense is really good.
Yes.
It might not be like the best in the NBA, but their defense is really good. That means it's able to hold them down despite offensive shortcomings from missing a superstar.
At minimum, they have to be a top 10 defense to be in the 41-44 range.
Yeah, I think that's, the AD and Kyrie thing are going to basically, depending on what happens with those guys is the ceiling and floor of this team. How good they will be or if they will not be available will kind of stretch the outcomes a lot. So I think they're going to be a big, kind of key in this. But for a second category, we have the 49-54 win category.
All right. It's a good team. That's a really good team.
Which is like, this is kind of, now we're starting to dream.
We're talking about top 4 seed potentially.
You're hosting game 1.
Yeah. Like now you're hosting. So now we're dreaming. We're not saying, again, the 41-44 to me feels like the most logical outcome. 49-54 is like, okay, we're starting to dream. That is if the starting lineup becomes basically like extremely good. As in D'Lo is good, Clay's good, Flagg, AD, Lively. Just predicting that, just say that's the starting 5. That lineup worked and it works early. And I have D'Lo somehow turns back the clock and he's around a top 15 point guard. 18 points per game, 6 assists, about 41% from 3. Kind of his, I think it's his 2023, 2024 kind of Lakers splits. If he can kind of use that with again the 41% from 3 on 7 attempts a game, which is a pretty good volume, and about 6 assists with the 18 points, if he can do something similar to that, and again be around that top 15, top 20 point guard range, while kind of helping everyone else kind of eat, then just maybe we can start dreaming a little bit. But again, we're dreaming here now.
If the Mavericks finish between 49 and 54 wins, number one, that's a dream season for them, dealing with the fact that Kyrie Irving will be coming back from injury. That means you would have had to have at least in my mind, 70 to 75 games played for Anthony Davis. That means Cooper Flagg is by far your runaway rookie of the year. Klay Thompson shooting above 40% from 3. Guys like Derek Lively having a career year. PJ Washington having a career year. Multiple guys having career years for them to get to a 49 to 54 type of win range, which means most likely you're a top 4 seed in hosting the first round of the postseason. That also means if you're in that range, Anthony Davis is playing at a defensive player of the year type of level to be in those conversations. Because once you start hitting the 50 win threshold, guys are in award season categories. And depending on the kind of season Anthony Davis has, if he's first half, let me go back. If he's first 6-7 weeks of what he was last year with Los Angeles, that's an MVP candidate for the Dallas Mavericks this year. And if he sustains that type of play and is healthy, he was playing at an MVP-like level the first 6-7 weeks of last year. So if they're in that range, that means a lot of guys are having just spectacular years for them to get to that range.
Yeah, and guys are available. You're getting 70-plus games from AD, 70-plus games from Lively.
Yeah.
PJ's ankle thing that kept him out suspiciously long last year, that's a thing of the past. Gafford is healthy. Everybody's healthy. And Kyrie comes back in January.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Kyrie's giving you 15 games before the All-Star break. Like, that's – I think for them to get to that many wins, like, it's because Kyrie comes back way sooner than anybody thought. And I agree, Ron. I think if they win that much, then D'Lo is
He's good.
getting his
He's
game
playing
off.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like D'Lo's, the ice in his veins is back and flowing freely. And yeah, they have the best bench in the league, and Coop's easily the rookie of the year. He's
That's a
just
top
going
5
out getting
defense. Has
20
to be
games.
top 5 defense.
You're top 1 defense and
I
top
have that
10
too.
offense.
I think I have top 5 bench scoring unit in the NBA.
Yeah, I think, and
Like-
top 5 and they ain't 5. Like they're they're leading in a bunch of their most blocks in the league, most fast break points in the league. They're shooting way better from 3 than we think they will. Like they're
like all the little areas they're winning.
Yeah, they're
blocks,
just
rebounds, fast break points, top 5 bench. And you just need D'Lo to kind of be good enough until Kyrie Irving comes back. That's the goal. I'm pretty sure with the Mavs brass, like, okay, how good can D'Lo be until around March? Maybe when Kyrie's back, he's playing 25 minutes-ish a game. If D'Lo can sustain, again, if he can shoot 40-something% from 3 on 7 attempts, that can really, really, really help this team.
David says that guys outside of the Orlando Magic who were ravaged by injuries, the top 8 defenses last year had at least 48 wins. If the Mavs are top 8 defense, they should be near 50 wins.
A lot of those teams also had top 10 offenses too. And that's the thing. And I don't know. Now, granted, if you get a lot of stops on defense, it does make being a better offense easier because you're running more in transition and all that stuff.
Rockets.
I just don't see, without Kyrie, I don't see the Mavs getting close to the top 10 on offense. But it's possible.
Also, if they're in that 49 to 54 win range, at least for me, that's a top 10 defense against 3-point shooting this year, because I have real concerns about this team defending the 3-point line on a consistent night in and night out basis.
I do want to real quick. Victor.
Yeah.
So for all these things, like we're spelling out the way that they get to 49 to 54, Victor says you're saying things that aren't crazy to think can happen. 2 negative on AD. Cooper will have the runaway rookie of the year. It's not that. I agree that all of those things can happen, but I think that's the only way that all of those things have to happen. It's not just like, sure, I think it's very realistic that Cooper will be the best rookie in the league by far.
Yeah.
He needs to have like a very good, like a relatively speaking, historically speaking, a very good rookie year. You can't just have AD be healthy and Lively be, they both have to be healthy. All of these things have to happen. It's like whenever, somehow you're playing blackjack, right? Let's tie it back to the Westgate, and you know the dealer has 21. Somehow you just know. That's not what the rules are. But I got a 13, you got a 15, and you got a 9. I have to. What did I say? I have 13.
13.
I have to flip. I have to get 8. If I don't want to, like, I have to. There's like having 20 is great. Having 19 is really good. Having 18, sure, I'll take an 18. I have to get 21.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I lose my money. So like whenever these outcomes are realistic, but you have to hit them. Otherwise, it could things could go sideways.
Yeah, it's like a 6-leg parlay. Like,
even
if all
every last one of them got
even
to
if all of them look easy,
that's a way better example than what.
for the DJs out there, for sure, they love to bet.
Bobby.
That 7-leg, 8-leg parlay, you're like, I got this. This is easy. But then it's like
it's
one
easy.
thing.
Obviously, the Cowboys are gonna beat the Commanders, right?
It's like you
obviously
feel like that.
The Falcons are gonna beat the Niners.
And it goes to Bijan 100% is going to at least get 50 rushing yards, and then it doesn't happen. So it just again, it's everything kind of has to happen. Like, and again, Flagg could definitely be that good, but for them to win 50+ games, he has to be like I said, Blake Griffin rookie year. Blake was so good as a rookie. If he gets to that level, which again, Blake is going to the Hall of Fame probably. And if he doesn't, it's because of injuries, not like talent. So he has to really peak at a very, very, very high level, which is possible. But again, the percentages just start to drop the higher and higher that you reach.
Make sure you check out alldlls.com. If you're a diehard member, you can check that out right now. Available with us when it comes to Ron and his newest piece detailing the Mavericks' worst case scenarios for this year. Let's take our next break here on our show today. When we come back, it's NBA season award prediction time, gentlemen. Who will win the NBA's MVP, most improved player, rookie of the year, Cooper Flagg, coach of the year? All of that we will get into as the NBA season starts tomorrow. All that coming up next. But I want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way that you can do that is to like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports right now. Join the over 33,700 subscribers that are already watching what we do on a daily basis. Then you can take your support to the next level by becoming a diehard member. Visiting alldlls.com. You can click the QR code that you'll see here in just a moment, or you can go to and become a diehard member at alldlls.com.
There.
And click that diehard tab. And where you get tremendous benefits, including access to our member-only Discord, 20% off our events, premium content from our guy Ron, who covers, of course, the Dallas Mavericks, Clarence Ehill Jr. and Ali Jawad covering your Dallas Cowboys, Jeff Wilson covering your Texas Rangers, Sean Shapiro and Sam Nessler covering your Dallas Stars as well. We've got all kinds of tremendous benefits here, including your physical diehard card as well. That's made of titanium, vibranium, and gold. It's very heavy, but it's also worth it when you become a diehard member here. And you get the opportunity to check out incredible content from not only all of our shows, all of our beat writers, but also access to our events as well. As I mentioned, 20% off our events. You get a free t-shirt when you sign up to become a member as well. And you get a chance to become part of something special here at DLLS Sports across the All City Network. And we got tremendous merchandise as well, including shout out to Paige Beckers. Happy 24th birthday to Paige Beckers. Today is her birthday. You can celebrate her birthday by getting the newest DLLS release, the ROTY shirt, the Rookie of the Year shirt, celebrating Paige Beckers winning the WNBA's Rookie of the Year, second team All WNBA as well. Shout out to Paige Beckers, who was at the Cowboys game yesterday. You can celebrate her by checking out that shirt right now. Let's continue here on our show today. The NBA season, boys and girls, begins tomorrow. Cannot believe it starts tomorrow. We got a doubleheader tomorrow. Rockets Thunder. So Kevin Durant going back to Oklahoma City on ring night for OKC.
So petty. I love it. I love it.
Schedule makers knew what they were doing when they did that one. And you've got the Warriors taking on a LeBron-less Los Angeles Lakers team. Luka Doncic begins his MVP campaign for the Los Angeles Lakers after his body transformation that was chronicled in too much detail this past summer. I mean, we were part of it. We talked about it ourselves.
You were chronicling it in our group chat.
Yeah. Hey, don't give away the group chat. Like, relax.
That was crazy.
That
was crazy.
Like, you doxed the group chat? Like,
It's not that weird to dox the group chat.
Right.
Everyone knows what we're talking about. We talk on camera every day.
That's kind of the reason for the group chat, because they don't know what
we
we're talking
talk
about.
in the group chat about the things we talk about on the show. It's a work group chat.
It's not a work group chat
It's
anymore.
always a work group chat. I'm just joking.
But the NBA season kicks off tomorrow. I'm excited. We're all excited. We're all big NBA fans. We love the NBA. We also love the players that are in it. By the way, you mentioned LeBron real quick. He's going into his 23rd season. This will be the first time in 23 seasons that he will not open up and play on opening night. He's dealing with sciatica, so he will not be in the starting lineup.
What is that?
It's an old man injury.
Something
It's an old
It's
person.
like a lower
like
back, butt.
Your sciatic nerve, right?
Yeah, nerve irritation. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Not fun.
That sounds very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah. And,
I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and he said when
Who?
he had it,
I'm so.
he said when he had it, he was in the writer's room on whatever show he's working on. Like, he was laying on the ground, like he couldn't move. So I'm like, that sounds not great.
Back injuries are not
LeBron
fun. As someone that has a
playing
herniated disc.
anytime soon, but I guess
not
we'll
fun.
see.
You currently have a herniated disc?
Yeah, so before joining the DLS Mavs podcast, I did get into a car because I was rear-ended.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That sucks.
Your boy got a PRP shot in his back. I'm still recovering. We're still
Oh,
recovering.
wow. Okay.
We're still
Well, speedy
recovering.
recovery to you. Wow. So you need to go on the IR or something?
No, I'm good.
You good
I'm
to go?
good.
You good to play?
Before my first day, I got the shot, and they say I'm supposed to be healing. So hopefully I'm good pretty soon.
Okay. All right. Well, playing through
Gotta
pain.
get
Look
you
at
some
you.
chairs with some better lumbar
That's what I'm
support.
saying. Exactly. I'm straightening up my posture. Make sure I'm
I
all right.
know.
All right. But yeah, we got a lot of fun coming up. Again, our pregame show on Wednesday when the Mavericks take on the Spurs, 7:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Let's get into some season award predictions. NBA's MVP, Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, Bobby's favorite Clutch Player of the Year. All of those.
That's an award?
Come on, Bobby, lock in, man.
Well,
You're
like an official, like we have
yes,
to.
the NBA's
I did not know we had to answer that one.
No.
I was just doing the big the big six.
Well, throw in Clutch Player of the Year too.
How do you even guess that?
I think the first two winners, Jalen Brunson is one of them. He's a Clutch Player of the Year
And
winner,
Fox.
and De'Aaron Fox is the other one. I think, and yeah, those are the two.
Cool.
He's only been in the war for a couple of years. So let's start with the biggest prize.
Like a fake award, dude.
And plus, we'll give finals predictions as well. That'll be in our last segment. We'll talk about who we think
We
is
are
going
doing final predictions.
Yeah, gets to the NBA Finals and win the NBA Finals. So let's just start with the biggest prize available for an individual award in the NBA. And, of course, it's the most valuable player. Last year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had an historic season. He was the NBA's MVP, scoring champion, West Finals MVP, NBA Finals MVP, first scoring champion to win an NBA championship since
Michael Jordan.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Ah, nice.
Back in the year 2000.
Oh, okay. I wasn't off by
when
much.
Shaq did it and put together one of the most dominant seasons in NBA history. Of course, part of a three-peat that was for the Los Angeles Lakers. Last time a team three-peated, of course, was those Los Angeles Lakers. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. So who will be this year's NBA MVP for the 25-26 season, Ron?
I have the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, okay, coming out the gate.
I've been seeing
Okay.
his bag all summer. Allegedly, he's in his Kobe MJ mode where he's working on fadeaways. The man, I think, shot 10 threes a game last year. Shot over 40%. One of the best in-game dunkers. He kind of has like the narrative, I feel like, too. If the Timberwolves can get another like top 4 seed, I think this might be Anthony Edwards' award to lose.
And yes, thank you, Chad, for correcting me. Yes, Stephen Curry is also a former Clutch Player of the Year award winner as well. But Anthony Edwards,
How long have they been giving out that award?
I think it's been a few
I think
years.
3 years.
All right.
maybe?
Fox, Brunson, and Stephen Curry.
All right.
Yes,
Sweet.
yes.
Nikola Jokic.
Woo! So we got Anthony Edwards and Nikola
Favorite,
Jokic.
probably.
That
Yeah.
means
Hot
if,
take, Bobby. A hot take.
I know.
That's
Get ready for that
probably
one.
Okay,
the
but-
favorite, I would assume.
if Jokic wins, that will be his 4th MVP in the last 6 years.
He's not the best player of our lifetimes, but he's one of them. He is really, 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 really stinking good, man. And I think the Nuggets are going to win a lot of games. That's really why
Okay.
I'm going with him, because the Nuggets, I think, could push for 60. And if they do, it's because of him.
And low-key, Jokic could already have 4 MVPs. Joel Embiid's here damn MVP was the one that, that gave to him versus Nikola Jokic. But
For sure.
it is what it is. All right, I'm going to be that guy on the panel, I guess.
PJ Washington.
No, that's a good call. No. We know who the narrative has been set up for to win this MVP, at least in my mind. It's a number certain 77 in Los Angeles.
The Lakers.
If the Lakers win 50 games, Luka Doncic is the MVP.
You think they'll win enough games?
That's what I'm saying. If they win 50 games, he'll be the MVP.
If they do win 50, he probably should win it. If they win 50
That's
games,
what I'm
that'd be
saying. Like,
crazy.
Yeah, but no LeBron.
I don't think they're winning
Like,
50 games. If they do,
if they win 50 games, crack the top 4 of the West, and Luka Doncic has the kind of year that we think he's going to have, Mark Stein, Luka Doncic will be your NBA's MVP. He's been the favorite the last few years.
yeah.
And is obviously not able.
Well, he should have won it too. Speaking of, should have won.
Final season, I personally thought Luka Doncic was the NBA's MVP. We had never seen, what was it, a 34, 9, and 10 year.
It's wild.
We had never
numbers.
seen that ever in the history of the league. And I thought he should have been the MVP that year, but I digress. But yes, I think Luka Doncic will be your NBA's MVP this year. So let's keep going then. We've got the NBA MVP. Let's go to Coach of the Year. Let's switch it up a little bit. We'll take it from the players and we'll go to the bench. Bobby, who is going to be the NBA's Coach of the Year this year?
Another former Mav. It's going to be Jamal Mosley.
Oh, I like
He's gonna
that.
win
Okay.
Coach of the Year. I think Orlando's going to get top 4 and maybe not settle at 4 in the East this year.
He's wide open this
as
year.
long as they
Wide
can stay
open.
like reasonably healthy, I think they have a really good chance to win 50+ games. Feel good story of the league. And if they push for the top 3 or even like the number 2 seed behind Cleveland, then yeah, I think that team has to get some sort of recognition, and it's not going to be in the form of MVP or probably 6th man. So it would go to the coach, Jamal Mosley.
What you got?
I got Ime Udoka with the Houston Rockets.
Okay, all right.
I think he's just one of the 5 best coaches in the NBA. On the defensive side, I think he's really up there. So I think this year the Rockets are going to be really good. It might not be my finals pick. We'll see that for later.
Oh, okay.
But I do think Ime Udoka probably wins Coach of the Year.
Shahid says Jason Kidd's going to be his Coach of the Year.
All right.
Okay.
If the Mavs manage to get into the top 6 or even especially the
He'll
top
be
4,
in the conversation, yes.
yeah,
If they win
then-
49 to 54 games,
Yeah,
Jason Kidd has a chance to win the Coach of the Year.
Cody.
David Mason says Chauncey Billups maybe from the Portland Trail Blazers.
Ooh, okay.
They make
Okay.
the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
Portland, I think, is going to be a lot better.
I
than
think the guys
people
going to be
think.
decent this year.
I was not brave enough to get them higher than 10th in my preseason predictions.
Mhm.
Would not surprise me if they were top 8.
I'm gonna go to New York. If the New York Knicks get the number 1 seed, which they have a tremendous shot of doing this season, Mike Brown, I think, is going to be your coach of the year in the NBA. Rest in peace, Tom Thibodeau, from his time in the Knicks. Didn't work out for Tibbs in New York. There's a lot of expectations for the Knickerbockers this year. If they don't get a number 1 seed this year, I don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, it won't happen. It's not this.
It's
I mean,
not gonna
Cleveland's
happen.
right there.
Yeah.
Cleveland's right there as well. Kenny Atkinson's going to be up there for Coach of the Year conversation, but I'm going to go with Mike Brown for the New York Knicks to win the NBA's Coach of the Year.
I think in order for Kenny to win it, the Cavs would have to win like 70.
They'd have to win 70
It's not
games.
happening.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, they would have to win.
They would have to
70
win
games.
so many
not
games.
easy.
Yeah.
He's
The
not
East
winning
is
it.
so bad.
Yeah, like they would have to win 70 games. So we got our Coach of the Year candidate. So let's take it to Defensive Player of the Year. Who do we believe, Ron, is going to be the NBA's DPOY for the 25-26 season?
I have the lock, Wemby, the alien. If he plays 65 games, I think it's a runaway award. If there's a lock that I'm picking, it's Wemby DPOY. For him, it's literally just the number of games played. Do we think he'll get to 65? If he gets to 65, it won't even be close. He might be the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year.
So is the better question, Bobby, who's going to finish second to Victor Wembanyama in Defensive Player of the Year this year?
I genuinely don't know who would finish second because I think
It's
he'll
just the
finish like
games.
top 5. Like he's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will all be Wemby. Like he led the league in blocks last year, played like 30 games.
That's right.
Insane.
Yeah, he was the
It's
only
just-
one to
it's
average over
Wemby,
3
man.
blocks a game last
Yeah,
year.
like I think it's as long as he plays enough games, it'll be him. I think did Evan Mobley win it last year?
He did.
Yeah,
Evan
so
Mobley
he'll probably
Chet-
finish.
Chet will have a shot for sure.
Yeah, it's a big man award. If it was if smaller players, if people like us were
That's
like
right.
qualified, then I think maybe Amen could have a shot if he has a
There we
really good
go.
year.
There we go.
But I
Amen's
just
good.
the counting stat of being able to say like, dude, this guy averaged 2.5 blocks and 2 steals. Like it's him, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a big man's award.
Yeah, I'll echo the same sentiment. It's Victor Wembanyama's award to lose this year for Defensive Player of the Year. Like I said, I think the better question is who finishes second. And I'll go with Amen Thompson. I love Amen Thompson as a defensive player.
Yeah, he's really good.
He is a monster perimeter defender, hyper athletic. They're going to have to put the ball in his hands a little bit from a point guard standpoint because no Fred VanVleet for them. So him, Reed Shepard, Tim Cato, going to get their opportunities this year.
Not going to happen.
To handle the basketball. So I see some votes for Anthony Davis's DPOY. He has a chance. Look, if the Mavericks win 50
If he plays
games,
65, he'll finish top 5 for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Maybe
sure.
top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Agreed.
he's going to put up the numbers.
Yeah.
agreed. So we'll see.
Czar.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
wow. Okay,
I
coming
like
with
that.
the twin brother of
I
Sarah
like
Thompson.
that.
I mean,
I
that's
like
not
that.
crazy.
It's
for
not-
sure.
Yeah. His brother before him, though. Who said Marcus Smart? Who was in there doing that craziness?
Oh, well, he won what 2 or 3 years ago.
Should not
Yeah.
have won
He
the
won,
award.
and he was the first guard to
Guard.
win it in
Yeah.
forever.
He
Just
should not have won the
I
award.
believe since Gary Payton to do it, actually. You want a dark horse for DPOY? The best nickname in the NBA right now, in my mind. The Great Barrier Thief in
Okay.
in Atlanta with Dyson
Dyson
Daniels.
Daniels,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw someone mention
Yeah.
that too. Quinn Snyder, kind of the same thing as the Magic. Like if the Hawks just get hot and finish second or third in the East, then Quinn
Yeah.
Snyder
Might be
can
good.
win. And yeah, Hawks could be ripe to win a lot of awards this year.
Or Draymond gets one. I think Draymond only has one in his career, I think.
Yeah, Draymond bringing up the AARP.
And it's
side
like
of
if
things.
Draymond, because Draymond is basically like anchors of defense alone. Now he actually has Jimmy. Now he actually has Al Horford. These are 100-year-old people. But if the record shows Draymond, it's another probably dark horse guy.
Golden State's an interesting team. A lot of folks, a lot of varying opinion when it comes to Golden
For
State and how they
sure.
feel about them this year in the Western Conference is as deep as it's ever been. But yeah, that's going to be my dark horse candidate, the Great Barrier Thief in Atlanta, who by the way, speaking of the top 4, Atlanta has a good chance of finishing in the top 4 this year.
They do.
The hell Trae Young not getting a contract extension thing going to loom over their heads
Dwight
throughout the
Powell.
course of the year. Who said Dwight Powell? Who did that? Ozzy D.
Dwight Powell is-
Powell will be.
Dwight Powell is.
This is the year.
This is crazy.
This is the year.
If
Dude,
nothing else, he will win getting hit in the face the most times.
Dwight Powell
For sure.
anchored a
Hit
top
the
10
most. That's right.
defense and was the 100th percentile in points per possession multiple times in his career. That dude, way underrated.
Let's take our final break here on our show today. When we come back, we'll continue our NBA season award predictions, including who will win Most Improved Player, and who makes and wins the NBA Finals for the 25-26 season. All that and more coming up next.
But first, info dump time. Did you know that we do a newsletter? And did you know that newsletter is free?
Yes.
It is free. We are constantly asking you to support us in so many ways, and some of those cost cash. This newsletter thing, though, it does not. You go to alldlls.com. That is our website. You scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage. It's only like 2 or 3 little twists of the mouse if you use one of those. It's not very far. And then all you have to do is enter your email address. And then our guy, Ali Jawad, who's on the Cowboys show and covering the Cowboys via the written word on alldls.com, will bring you a newsletter fresh to your inbox every day, Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning. It's going to be a little bit of a roundup of yesterday's news, some of the things that we got into on the show, as well as maybe some original thoughts from Ali or from some of our other writers or personalities here at DLLS. And again, it is free. It literally costs you nothing. It usually takes you less than 5 minutes to read it, but you always emerge smarter, more well-informed, entertained, more well-educated, and also just a more well-rounded person. All right? And the journey to self-improvement never ends. This is one way to take a shortcut, though.
Good point.
Also, what is the other thing I usually do? The Paige Becker shirt that came out, and it still looks good. Die Hard saved 20% on it. And the
Use your ball knower as well.
Oh, yes, the ball knower bonus. That's right. Thank you I clearly forgot how to ball. Still adjusting from... I feel so washed from that trip, dude.
You still haven't recovered from
too much gambling.
Well, no, I slept last night. I actually slept like 8-9 hours. Just completely
yeah.
I just feel like a different person than I was before I left. But ball knower bonus, you go to the DLLS locker. There'll be a little pop-up that says, do you want to activate the ball knower bonus? Say, yeah, dummy, I do. You go there, you predict the outcome of a game or whether a player will get more or less than their stats. It's a 50-50 chance. If you predict right and then spend at least $25 on the website, you are instantly granted 100% of what you just spent in the form of a gift card that you can redeem whenever you want on our site, all the way up to $250. So do that, please. Thank you.
Shout out to Shahid alerting us to the Mavericks, of course, just finished practice today as they prepared to take on the Spurs tomorrow. This coming from the Dallas Morning News' Brad Townsend. Jason Kidd having already spoke to the media saying that Daniel Gafford went through partial practice today. He, quote, looked good. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow. As we mentioned a little bit earlier in the show, Daniel Gafford working back from that ankle injury. Hopefully we'll have a chance to play on Wednesday. The Mavericks take on the San Antonio Spurs. We're continuing our NBA season award predictions here on our show today. Programming note, we are off tomorrow, but we will be back on Wednesday for our pregame show at 7:45. So no DLLS Mavs tomorrow. The Mavericks, of course, have a game on Sunday as part of a back-to-back next week on Sunday and Monday. So we have the day off tomorrow.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
No.
Off tomorrow. I didn't ask you, Bobby.
Yeah.
I asked Kevin.
All right.
He's the boss here. So no show tomorrow, but we're posting a Mark Stein season preview essay tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
All right. That'll be on our YouTube channel?
And on Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
It might be the All City YouTube channel.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Should be cool.
Out tomorrow.
Mark Stein's video essays are a must-watch and listen to ahead of any NBA season. This one going to be a fantastic year. Unfortunately, injuries taking a little bit of a damper to start the season already. Multiple injuries for multiple teams, including I don't know how the hell the Memphis Grizzlies are going to field a roster at this rate. Speaking of point guards, they don't have a point guard. Scottie Pippen Jr. is now injured as well. Like they've got a myriad of problems, and we just found out today Kobe White is going to be missing some time to start the season for the Chicago Bulls. So shout out to our CHGO folks as Kobe White going to be missing the start of the regular season for the Chicago Bulls as well. Victor Lugo with the $4.99 super chat. What if PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis have their average season? How could the Mavericks could be this year? Excuse me.
I think with AD, it's games. Oh,
I was just thinking like average season. How many wins would they? Like if we're saying health, like they're healthy. Well, I guess
that's the tiebreaker.
That's average too,
with AD, AD's average season in his career is 60 games played per season. Now, granted, so he missed the 11-12 season. He was still in college, so that doesn't factor in. But 2 of the seasons that he played, like 2019-20, for example, was the COVID season. He played 62 out of whatever they ended up playing, like 70 or 71, which is a lot. Now, the following year, he played 36. over the last 5 years, he's played fewer than 60 games in all but one season.
That was the Lakers year. He played, 75 games in the 22-23?
76, in
Yeah.
23-24. So
Yeah,
if he plays his average over the last 5 years, that's like close to 40 games. That's bad. 45 games is really that's very scary. But if he plays 60 plus, then that's a lot more wins. I mean, I think basically every game the Mavs play without Kyrie and AD could be a loss. Like, it might just be a loss. So if AD is only going to miss 15 to 20 games, that's fine. If he's going to miss 40 games,
It's tough.
whew.
It's tough.
So I hope he plays above average for sure.
Let's continue with our NBA season award predictions. Thank you, Victor, for the super chat. I really appreciate that.
But average D'Lo season is very good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Really good earlier in his career.
So let's go with our next award that we need to give out before we get to our NBA Finals teams and predictions. Let's go with the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award winner. Who's going to be the NBA Sixth Man? I'll go first on this one.
What?
Paul Jermaine Washington Jr. is going to be your NBA Sixth Man of the Year. I know he might start and be a starter, but I think PJ is going to have a lot of opportunities coming off the bench this year. PJ Washington Jr., I believe, is going to be your NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Mavericks are deep, and he's going to lead that bench unit for Dallas. So PJ Washington Jr., Sixth Man of the Year. Career year for PJ incoming, I think.
I'm shocked that you somehow picked PJ Washington.
I'm sure you are.
I couldn't even believe those words
Couldn't
coming out of
guess.
his mouth.
Shout out to all the juniors out there.
Shout
out to us.
For me, I debated PJ Washington, but I said Kevin's for sure going to pick that.
That's right.
So I went, I think, a fun one. I did Lonzo Ball.
Oh,
Lonzo Ball is on the
okay.
Cleveland Cavaliers. We saw how Ty Jerome looked on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now he's in a new town. Lonzo comes in, could be your backup PG, shooting guard. I think Garland's hurt for a little bit to start the year. I'm not sure if that means he'll start games, but I think he'll probably play within that 20, 25-minute mark. I think he'll shoot the ball well. He's one of the best, perimeter defenders. For me, it's just like, can he get to the games with, his knee injuries? But if he can, I think Lonzo Ball is ready to have a really good year.
If PJ comes off the bench enough times, you got to come off the bench more often than you start in order to be eligible. If that is the case, he will win it. I'm not sure that will be the case though.
That's the caveat. That is the caveat. All right, so we got a next award winner. We'll get to the NBA Finals here in just a moment. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. NBA's Comeback Player of the Year.
That's not an award, is it?
No, it's not. I'm just
Oh,
kidding. I was just seeing if that was
wait.
I was keeping you on your toes to see if you knew that was a Comeback Player of the Year award. Clutch Player of the Year. Let's go with Clutch Player of the Year.
I didn't prepare for this one because I didn't know it was an award. So I need the fifth.
I have SGA. It just
okay.
It felt like the trend.
Okay.
I don't think he'll win MVP again. He probably is gonna be first team All NBA. This is probably the award. He's also probably just one of the most clutch players in the NBA. He'll make a ton of big shots. Smooth game. I think it's SGA's award.
I'm gonna go with Jalen Brunson. I'll go with Jalen Brunson one more time. Out of New York, the ball's gonna be in his hands a ton in New York City. So I think Jalen Brunson, who's been one of the best clutch players in the NBA, has a chance to do it.
Kawhi is a good one. I like Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard is one.
Don't shrug off Dwight Powell. I can't with these guys.
Killer Kansas Luka for clutch player of the. All right.
Trae Young.
Trae Young.
That's my answer.
For clutch player of the. I like it.
I like Trae Young. He's
I
clutch.
like it. Okay. So let's go with most improved player. Who's going to be the MIP for the 25-26 season?
Man, Thompson making the leap from pretty good player to like all-star level numbers.
All-star, yeah.
That's usually the guy that does it, and I think that'll be Amen this year.
Yeah, I think he's the trendy pick for MIP this year for most improved player is Amen Thompson.
And I picked his twin, Asar Thompson.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I
feel like
I like
should
it.
actually win the award because he actually can improve. Like a lot, because he's, not his fault. He had blood clots. And, he missed a lot of games in his career. This is the first year I think he really had a real training camp again. He's come in. I'm not sure if he's a starter in Detroit, but he's a heck of a player. So him on the defensive end, he might be the better defender. I don't even know. I think Amen is probably the better ball handler for sure. But Asar for sure, I think is their 3-4. Him and Cade could be a nice 1-2 punch. I think Asar might break out this year.
R. King says Zachary Ricochet or Jalen Johnson. Bub Carrington getting a nod for most improved player
Year
consideration. So there you go. All right. we've gone through the major award winners.
Well, rookie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
Foregone conclusion there.
Cooper Flagg is your runaway rookie of the
Flagg.
year. Yeah, Flagg. I'll take Flagg for 500, Alex. Thank you.
Yes.
So that gets us to our NBA Finals teams and winner this year. And somebody check me on that. Is comeback player of the year an actual award?
No, it's not.
Okay, I
No.
didn't think so.
Paul George for comeback is crazy.
I mean, yeah, he would qualify.
That would require him to come back first.
Damn.
Wait, is he playing? He's not playing right now.
No, you're right. No,
He's
you're
not
100%
playing.
right. Yeah, you're 100% right. But yeah, Cooper Flagg, runaway rookie of the year.
Yes.
NBA Finals teams. Who do we believe is coming out of the East and the West? Ron, for
Okay, I'm going first.
the NBA Finals.
You're the writer. I just work here.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I have the Denver Nuggets over the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Whoa. Okay.
So I have Denver over. Look, I have Denver's just starting lineup. They have Jamal Murray,
That's
Christian
right.
Brown, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the Joker. Off the bench, they have Bruce Brown,
Giannis
Peyton Watson,
Valanciunas.
and Jonas Valanciunas. Like Deron Holmes, who we all loved in college at Dayton, tore his Achilles. He has never played an NBA game. This is technically his rookie year. I wouldn't be shocked if he was really good. Jalen Pickett, they have Mavs legend Tim Hardaway Jr. on the squad. The Nuggets are really good. And Cleveland, I think, is the most expensive starting five in the NBA this season. I think I saw that stat somewhere. Everyone's basically on a max deal besides Jared Allen, so it's going to be a good team as well.
How Cleveland manages without Darius Garland to start the year is going to be
Yeah.
interesting to watch for them because he's not going to be available to start the season for them as well. I want to shout out Victor Lugo real quick. Montas Buzelis as his most improved player. I like that.
Buzelis
pick.
is good.
Buzelis can play.
Buzelis can play.
Buzelis can play. Shout out to our CHGO folks. So you got Denver over the Cavs. You got a games. You got how many
Ooh.
games?
That has to go 7. Has to go 7.
All right, Bobby.
So I thought y'all were both going to say OKC, so that's why I picked Denver. But I think it'll be Denver and OKC in the conference final.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just went again with Denver to be a bit of an edgelord, but I really do think that the Nuggets could beat OKC in a series. Don't underestimate, by the way, they added Jared Dudley to the staff.
Mhm.
Jared Dudley's
Wow.
bringing a lot of the corporate knowledge from Dallas, including
JJ Barea,
local
too.
defensive principles that have given the Thunder a really hard time over the last couple
Mhm.
years, and also just the kind of the physical nature of those games. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Nuggets do beat the Thunder if they play them in a series. Now, if they play the Cavs, I don't know. I guess just to disagree, I'll say the Cavs, but I think that would be a toss-up. That would be a really, really, really fun series.
I guess I'm gonna be that guy again. It's the Thunder's title to lose this year.
Back to back.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a back-to-back champion this year. I mean, I'll go with OKC and let's have some fun. I have the clutch player of the year in Jalen Brunson. I got the coach of the year in Mike Brown. New York Knicks fans, it's finally your time to get to the NBA Finals out the East. If you don't get out the East this year, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen for you. So I'm going to go Thunder Knicks in the NBA Finals with the Thunder to win it in 6 games. I got that much respect for Jalen Brunson to give the Knicks a couple of games in that Finals. But SGA and that Thunder team, they're the best defensive team in the league. They're arguably the best three-point shooting team in the league. They were top 5 in both offense and defensive rating. I'm talking about a historic season for them a year ago.
So is SGA the best player in the NBA if they win back-to-back titles? We can end on that.
He would have the upper hand. I mean, back-to-back titles, which may mean he's going to finish top 3, top 2 in the MVP, maybe not 2 again.
Oh, that's a hot take.
I'm just saying, it just has the Thunder have a chance to be a low-key juggernaut. They're young, they're all under contract, and now they have actual championship experience. The Thunder could be, if healthy, there's the bell. If healthy, the Thunder are the best team.
Can't ring the bell for the Thunder,
sorry,
man.
yeah.
No,
I
no,
was
Undo that.
No, that's not for the Thunder. I undo it.
Okay, got it.
I didn't realize he was talking about Thunder. I was
Thank you, Tanner.
somewhere else.
Thank you.
My bad.
They're the best team in the league.
Who did you have from the East? Was it the Cavs?
Cavs.
As well? Okay.
Yeah, I think we all.
Cavs,
I'm writing all
Knicks.
this
I
down.
went
Oh,
Knicks.
Knicks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Cavs
getting
are
there.
next.
So there you go.
I thought you were about to say Lakers when you said I'm gonna be that guy again.
I
was
did.
like,
Oh,
my
no.
gosh.
They got a dude
Never
who's-
the Lakers.
They
The
got a
finals.
41-year-old with a 60-year-old injury. 60-year-old person's injury
love to
right
see
now.
LeBron
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
do it
if
one
it
more
was
time.
Lakers Knicks and it's just
That'd be fun.
Luka and Brunson and all Mavs fans are just
Oh, God.
I know the fine folks of the Westgate are hoping that it's not Nuggets versus Hawks, but I might be.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
Wait a minute.
Wow. I know. You can go back to work. We're about to get out the show anyway. It's fine. We appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Hey, remember, we're off tomorrow, but we will be back. The next time you'll see our shining faces, 7:45 p.m. Bobby Curla for our pregame show. Basketball season is back, boys and girls, and we can't wait to chronicle it with you all season long here on DLLS Mavs.
Let's do it.
Shout out to our guy Tanner, make us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That's our Mavericks analyst, Bobby Curl. That's our Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr., I'm your man, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you Wednesday at 7:45 right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.